Surprised? Good afternoon. My name is Chris with Safeway. Welcome. I just want to give a shout out and thank Jim Thomas, who's right over here, our store director, for setting this up. Jim, thank you. Also want to say thank you to our fabulous friends from Denver Public Schools. Come on, give it up. That was really weak. Denver Public Schools. Well, let's get this started. Before I introduce our division president, I just want to again thank you for being here. And also, there's going to be an opportunity for questions, and I would just ask that our students be able to ask the first 3 questions. And with that, I'd like to introduce Todd Broderick, Safeway's Denver division president. Todd?
What do you guys think? Kind of exciting. Well, thank you very much, Chris. You know, like many of you know, I was thrilled when I learned that Russell was coming to the Denver Broncos. And at first, a lot of my friends and coworkers, they found it kind of surprising because they knew I was born and raised in Seattle and a huge Seahawk fan. But I have to tell you, as much as a fan I am of the Seahawks, I'm even more of a fan of Russell Wilson. You see, from the time Russell was drafted by the Seahawks in 2010, he made a point to give back to the community, and while he delivered a Super Bowl to me in the Seattle community, his efforts and commitment to improve the lives of others is why I'm such a big fan of number 3, and so delighted he is part of our Denver community. Russell, thanks so much for being here with us today.
Well, first of all, how's everybody doing? Everybody doing good? Well, we've had so much fun today. My day has been full of youth and laughter and balling. We had our football camp earlier today, Russell Wilson Passing Camp, RWPA, at Chaparral High School. I think that's how you pronounce it. I think that was right. And we had an amazing time, like over 500 plus kids, something like that, and it was a great time. And now we're here at Safeway. What an honor, you know, just to give you guys a little background, my relationship with Safeway and Ciara and I's relationship and our foundation's relationship. We've done some amazing things over the years. You know, our foundation, the Why Not You Foundation, we partnered up with Safeway and Albertsons in Seattle, in the Washington area, across the Pacific Northwest, and we were able to partner up and raise so much money for pediatric cancer, and it was life-changing. Literally seeing kids' lives changed and because of T-cell therapy and walking into a hospital room. To give you guys a little story, I met the first time I met this gentleman. You know, every Tuesday I go to the hospital, and I always say it's kind of like the Forrest Gump line. You know, it's like a box of chocolates, you never know what you're going to get, you know. And every time you go in a room, sometimes there's tons of faith, sometimes there's no faith at all. Sometimes people are super happy to see you, sometimes they're pissed off because it may be the last time they may see you. So every time you go into a room, it raises different emotions and different experiences. And Carly, my foundation director over here, me and her, we've been riding for a long time. So we go into this particular room, she always kind of briefs me before we go into the room. And we go into this room, and right before we go in, she briefs me about this kid named Milton Wright, this African-American kid who was 19 years old, he had cancer 3 different times, I think 8, 12, and 18. And they told him he only had 12 to 18 hours left to live. And so anytime you go into a room with those circumstances, you never know how it's going to feel. And so we go into the room, and he's mad. He don't want to see me. He's like, get that guy. I don't want to do this anymore. I'm done. He's got his family. I think his girlfriend's there. Yeah, a whole bunch of people are in there. And he's like, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to do this anymore. This is it. This is it. I'm tired. I don't want to do this anymore. So we kind of leave the room for a second and talk to the nurses and doctors. And they say, hey, you know, there's one thing that we can try. We haven't tried it on anybody yet, and really want to try it. And he's not listening to us, and you know, he'd be the first person we'd ever do it on. I said, well, what is it? Tell me about it. And they told me about this thing called T-cell therapy, where they take the T-cells out of the kid's body, regenerate them, re-energize them, put them back in the kid's body, and hopefully, within 2 weeks, the kid is healed. So they hadn't tried it yet, right? So Doc, what do you want me to do? And he's like, hey, can you go in there and try to encourage him, convince him to talk about this, and can you get him to try to do it? I mean, he's the perfect case to do it. So I go back in there, I sit next to him on the bed, and he's, you know, I think he's grunting at me. And I go in there, and as I sit next to him, I start telling my story about my dad, how he had only 12 to 18 hours left to live. He was on his deathbed, and the doctor said, no. My mom started singing the song All by Grace to him in his ear, and he was in a coma at the time, and he had to move for 3.5 weeks. So the doctors don't believe my mom. She comes back and sings the song to him. She says, no, just watch God's grace. And she starts singing the song to him in his left ear, as once again, he hasn't moved for 3.5 weeks in a coma. And all of a sudden, she starts singing the song, and she says, move your right hand, move your left, and he starts wiggling his right and his left. She says, move your right foot, move your left foot. He moves both at the same time, and all of a sudden, he wakes up right in front of the doctors. And that's when I knew that miracles and prayer and people and research and all of that is so critical, and we all need it all. And every time you go into a room, you never know what you're going to get. And I told Milton, I said, Milton, let me ask you something. If you try this T-cell therapy thing and it doesn't work, you won't even remember. And he started laughing, and he was like, yeah, good point. And I said, but if you do try this and it does work, so you'll be remembered forever. You'll be remembered forever. And I said, why not you? And he got up and said, I'm going, I'm walking up. And he starts getting up and heading straight to getting T-cell therapy. And 2 weeks later, no more cancer. No more cancer. And so it's been an amazing journey. I think the success rate's been over 90+% of these kids. It's been wild to see the success of it all. But fast forward a few years later, I'm in a hospital room, me and Carly and Ciara, and we're in a hospital. We're leaving a room, and we're just kind of left an emotional room. We're kind of leaving another room. Walk in the hall, and outside the room to our left walks out Milton. I'm like, oh no, oh shit. And I'm like all nervous. And he's like, Russ, what are you doing? I'm like, what are you doing here? And he's just like, man, I'm going around encouraging kids to do T-cell therapy. Why not you? Why not you? And I'm not sure if he still works there now, but I think he still works there at that Seattle Children's Hospital, and it's just been an amazing journey. So this is why we're here. I just want you guys to know, to all the Jim, manager of the Safeway here, to all the people that help here, you guys are a major part of making sure that happens. That another kid says to himself, why not you? So he can encourage another kid to say, why not you? And without y'all's support and help, every time somebody checks out the register, I mean, we've raised over $10+ million because of people like you. You guys truly make a difference. This store has made a difference, and the Why Not You Foundation has made a difference. So I'm super excited to be here. Obviously with our foundation, just to give you a little bit more background, I'll shut up and you guys can ask some questions. But my dad used to always encourage me. My mom used to always ask me, son, why not you? Why not you? Why not you? Why not you? Graduate early in 3 years. Why not you go play pro baseball? Why not you go play pro football? Why not you? That was the driving force question that I always asked myself. And so, same thing with Ciara. We subconsciously and consciously, I think it's the same question we all ask ourselves in some point in our lives. Why not you? And so I think that along this journey, we want to really encourage people and inspire people to dream. We want to inspire people to dream, to think outside the box, and believe that anything is possible, because it truly is. With the energy of everyone and everybody coming together, all things are possible. So we're just super excited to be here. I know we're, for everybody here who's interested in, obviously we're super focused on education. That means a lot to us. We've been fortunate to open up a school in Seattle called Why Not You Academy. Our dream is to open one here in Denver, hopefully one day. It's been an amazing journey for us to see kids going to school and getting their education and dreaming big. For us, obviously, food insecurity has been a big deal for us. Obviously, here in Safeway, you guys make a major difference. During COVID, obviously, life changed for everyone. And so me and Ciara were really dedicated to giving back with Food Lifeline and Feeding America and everything else, and partnering up with our foundation, Why Not You Foundation, with Wheels Up, Meals Up. We also donated a bunch to Feeding America and Food Lifeline in Seattle. It was really an amazing experience. So education, food insecurity, and then just poverty. There's so much opportunity for us to be able to give back and to help and to make a difference. And I think that what's so important is that this community in Denver and the surrounding areas, that we all come together. And hopefully through football, we can be an inspiration, but hopefully just through our sphere of influence. We all have a sphere of influence. My sphere of influence may be bigger than most, but every person that I look at and I encounter, you have a sphere of influence, right? It may be just be your family, it may be the kids you teach, it may be the people that you work with and encounter, checking out every day. We all have a sphere of influence, and we can make the world a better place
if we encourage one another, if we encourage people to love, and encourage people to be inspired and to dream. And so I think language is so critical, and prayer is so critical, and coming together is so critical. So I'm just here because I want to make a difference here in this community. I want to be able to change people's lives and do as much as I can. I want to win a lot of football games too. That's important too. We want to go win some Super Bowls. I heard that over there in the corner. I'm on the same page as you, so that's why I came here. And God brought me here for a reason, so I'm here to do whatever it takes to make the world a better place. And so I just want to thank Safeway. Todd, I want to thank you just for having me. This is truly an honor. You guys, as soon as you heard the trade, you guys were jumped on this right away. There's so much that we can do together, and all things are possible. There's nothing that we can't do. So I'm just grateful. I'm just grateful just to be here. To everybody, all the young kids, I met some amazing kids earlier. I know you guys are going to ask me some questions soon, so I'm ready for those too, I think. But anyways, just thank you guys, and why not you? All right? Appreciate you guys.
Okay, so I think we've got some questions, and guys, we're going to make it real simple to contribute to Why Not You. It's a pennies, nickels, dimes. Every time you check out at a Safeway store, you can round up, you can add $1, $3, $5. 100% of those funds are going to go to the Why Not You Foundation. So let's give it up. Awesome, awesome, awesome foundation. So Russell, I'm going to bring you back up, and I'm going to turn it over to ask our students to have some questions for you.
Come on, come on. You guys want to come on? Come on, come on. Get on stage. Come on, it's your time. Come on. Fatima, right? This is Fatima. Say, hello, Fatima. Come on, we can do better than that. Hello, Fatima. 1, 2, 3. Okay, this is Fatima. And what's your name again? Evelyn? Say, come on over. Come on. Say, hello, Evelyn on 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Hello, Evelyn. And Marcus? Marcus. This is Marcus right here. Say, hello, Marcus. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Hello, Marcus. Okay, here we go. Fatima, I think you're leading it off here. You're lead off hitter. What you got for me?
Hello. My first question is, what type of genre of books do you like?
Ooh, what kind of books do I like? Well, you know, to be honest with you, I used to not read much. I didn't like reading. I used to fall asleep. But you like reading?
Yes.
So I'm never really a fictional guy. I kind of like, you know, I like history books a little bit. I like history. I love reading my Bible. I love reading motivational books too. You know, motivational books. One of my favorite books, one of my best friends wrote actually. It Takes What It Takes, and Getting to Neutral. Those have been some of my favorite books. Tim Grover also has a book called Winning. So I like motivational stuff. Is that good? What kind of books do you like? That's more important.
The books that I like is fiction.
You like fiction?
Yes.
So you got a really good imagination, huh?
Yep.
Yeah, I like it. What's your favorite book?
My favorite book is Amara and the Spiritual Brothers or something.
Okay, all right, I have to check it out. You know, my kids love reading. They love it. Every night they read. Can we read 3 books a night? Can I read 5? Sienna's the great negotiator. She's like, can I read 7 books because I'm 5? I'm like, that don't make sense. But anyways. So anyways, that's nice. That's a good question. You got anything else for me?
Do you like cooking?
Actually, I do like cooking. Yeah, actually, one of my favorite dishes I make is actually ribs. I make some killer ribs. Anybody wants some ribs one day, I'm telling you, I got the recipe. Okay? All right? My grandmama taught it to me a long time ago. So anyways, yes. Okay? Give her a round of applause.
My question is, what do you like the most about your team?
What I like most about my team? Well, first of all, everybody works extremely hard. You know, when you're around like-minded people that want to win, do whatever it takes to win, guys get there early at 5:45, 6 o'clock. We go into early walkthroughs. I just kind of put them through plays and spend a lot of time on that, the young guys, and then you have some veteran guys that come in at 7 and do that, and then that's not even the day starting. The day don't start till 8:30 or 9. So those guys are dedicated. It's been really cool to watch. And that's what winning takes. So I love guys who want to do whatever it takes to win. I've had some really cool guys. Some guys come to the camp today. You know, there's guys we're all together, and that's a really good feeling. What else you got for me? Got anything else?
How much time have you played football?
How long have I played football? Oof. Well, I picked up a ball when I was about 3, probably earlier than that, but I remember I was about 3, 4 years old. But you know, I didn't play in a league until I was in 7th grade. I actually played in a league. I played tackle football in 7th grade. Funny story, I didn't play. I always played outside and played recess and all that. But I was playing baseball a lot. I grew up in Virginia, and so when we were playing baseball, I was throwing one day on a weekend, and my coach was like, "Can you come to practice?" And so I came to practice. Stucco Tomahawks. Go there. Friday night practice. Games on Saturday. My first practice. I go there. And then the practice, the lights are out, and I'm throwing the ball about 60-some yards. I'm chucking it, and they're like, "Whoa!" Like, you know. So the next day, I didn't know the plays yet. So the next day, I'm the backup quarterback now. The next day, we're about to play Highland Springs, I believe it is, and the starting quarterback goes in for the first play of the game. Okay, he goes in, he drops back, boom, he gets hit. He ruptures his spleen. So I had to go in the game, and I'm drawing the plays in the dirt. I don't know any plays. I'm drawing the plays. We're playing the number 1 team in the city, and we beat them about 60-6. True story. We beat them, crushed them, and that was my first game. I drew the plays in the dirt. All right, Marcus, your turn, man. Come on, what you got?
What inspired you to be a football player?
What inspired me to be a football player? Well, first of all, God gave me a gift to have big hands. Look at these hands I got. You know, put your hands up there. Yeah, so he gave me big hands to throw a ball for whatever reason. So I love playing. I watched my dad play a little bit. He played for the Chargers. You know, he caught a touchdown against the San Francisco 49ers. I have a picture of him catching. He's catching one from Dan Fouts or somebody from I'm not sure who, but he's catching a touchdown and at Candlestick. And so I have that picture, and I had the signed ball. I had the ball. And, you know, when you get your first touchdown, what they do is they take the Duke. They call it the Duke, the Wilson football. They take the Duke and they paint one side or two sides panels, and they write on it. So they wrote on the panels, you know, Harrison Benjamin Wilson, first touchdown, da 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 da. And they wrote on the ball, and I used to throw it around the house. Now this is not like a signed, nice ball forever to keep. I'm throwing this ball around the house like it's nothing. And we're breaking stuff, my brother and I. We're playing tackle inside the house. And so being around my brother and my dad, that really inspired me to love the game. And then, fast forward, I played football, basketball, baseball, I played all the sports. And I just loved having the ball in my hands. You know, I loved, you know, being able to win the game and the game's on the line. That was always fun. What else you got?
What's your favorite flavor cake?
My favorite cake? Woo. Now you're getting me in trouble. My favorite cake is red velvet cake. Red velvet cheesecake, you know, the one from Cheesecake Factory. Well, for our wedding, we got married in Liverpool, me and Ciara. And we had this red velvet cheesecake. Oh, man. I'm not sure how many pieces I had. I probably had 3, 4 slices that night. And, but it was amazing. So red velvet cheesecake reminds me of my wedding. So that's my favorite cheesecake. That's my favorite cake. Boom. Anything else? Good? Okay, you guys are amazing. Okay, give a round of applause.
Okay, I would imagine we have a couple more questions from our reporters.
You got any questions?
Any questions?
Russ, why is it so important for you to be so involved here in Colorado? Because it's a huge transition, new team, a lot of pressure, expectations. Why is it so important for you to have that same type of presence in the community here as you're also going through a transition to a new team, new city?
Yeah, I think that's a great question. I think, you know, any time in life when you're blessed to do what you're able to do, and I'm one of 32 people in the world that get to do what I get to do, and God chose me for it. And in the midst of that, much is given, much is required. So anytime you're chosen, I really believe much is given, much is required. So it's important for me to, anywhere, any room I walk into, any place I go, is to try to walk into that room and hopefully inspire the room. And that's just God's calling on my life, you know. And so for me, coming here to this amazing city, to this community, obviously in Colorado, it's to make a difference, you know. That's what life's about, right? You know, I don't know how many days I have left, right? So any time you wake up, Say, man, what am I trying to accomplish today? I'm trying to have purpose. I'm trying to inspire somebody today. I'm trying to make sure Fatima knows it's possible. I'm trying to make sure Marcus knows it's possible, you know? And so to me, it's so important to make sure every day you wake up and understand that God gave you that gift to do it. And then ultimately, I know that I can help. You know, I know that I can help. And so for me, you know, what I really fundamentally believe is bringing, you know, all different races together, all different socioeconomic statuses together, bringing people together to try to make a difference. And I have an amazing gift to throw a ball. And for whatever reason, God graced that ball enough to help bring people together. And so that's why I think Ciara has an amazing gift. Sports and music are the two most entertaining things in the world. And to live that every day, you know, come on. And then getting better, so why wouldn't we? Why not, you know? So for us, I really fundamentally believe that. And my whole life has been by the grace of God and just what He's been able to give me and being able to make things happen. So. Anybody or just me?
I think we've got, is it Quentin? I think Quentin here. Do you want the microphone?
What position do you think I will play?
Ooh, well, anybody got a ball? Can I see that ball? Let's see, let's find out right now. I need a ball, let's see if you can throw it. Come on, stand up there, no, stand up there. Can you catch it? Well, you got hands. You got hands. And you can throw it a little bit. So let me see again. Boom. Boom, hit me right in the nose. Boom, okay. All right. Let me see you flex. Okay, all right. You gave me a little attitude with the flex too, so I don't know. You may be a defensive player. You gave me a little attitude with that flex. I felt a little, you know, I felt a little that. I don't know. Here, catch this one. All right, I think you may play. Shoot, man, you can play some safety, and I think you fast. You can fast. Let me see you. Boom. Okay, all right. Yeah. Okay. All right. I like it. So I think you're gonna play a little safety. Safety's a good position. You could be like Justin Simmons. You know what I mean? All right, what else we got? Anybody else? Back there in my back. Say again? Oh, yeah. Did I? Come on, man. Gotta hit the Coca-Cola sign, baby. Yeah, man, yeah, I love playing baseball, man. It's my thing. It was actually my best sport growing up. Who else? Anybody else? Over there with the flower. Man, Ciara, she's doing a music video, getting ready. Yeah, so get ready. Yeah, I'll give that to her. Yeah, come on. Yeah, I'll give it to her.
Big fan. Been a fan since I was 4 years old.
I love it. I love it.
22 now.
What's your name?
My name's Lorraine.
Lorraine? Nice to meet you, Lorraine. I'll make sure I give this to Ciara. Appreciate you. Can you guys take this?
We'll take that. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I hear you. I hear you. Okay, well, who else? Let's do a couple more. Right there, my man.
What made you partner with DPS?
DPS?
Denver Public
Oh,
Schools.
Denver Public Schools. Yeah, sorry. I thought you were talking about some restaurant or something. Okay. So I'm still learning everything, though, so don't get me wrong. I usually hear Denver Public Schools. So, yeah, so for me, listen, I think they're the next generation of greatness, you know. They're the ones that are going to make a difference in the world. And so for me to partner with Denver Public Schools, DPS, it's so important, you know. It's important to make sure that you're feeding life and speaking life into kids and giving them opportunities so they can see something that they want to be, or maybe even that much more. So I think that's a critical part to life and success. Is I think in our communities across the country, across the world, is a lot of times the struggle happens because we don't get to see it in our own communities. We don't get to see it in our own lives. We don't get to see that presence or whatever it may be. I really fundamentally believe, once again, much is given, much is required. It's so important for us to make sure we show up in person, but also just show up in terms of our encouragement, our motivation, and inspiring people. And so that's why there's social media nowadays. I mean, that's how people, our kids, see us a lot, right? See people a lot. And so it's so important what we post and what we say and what we don't say. It's so important because somebody's going to be influenced. And hopefully here in Denver Public Schools, we can make a difference and help change some lives. Let's go two more, and I think they're going to make me walk off the stage here, or they're going to kick me off, one of the two. Anybody else? Way back in the back.
Yeah, well, great question. Yeah, what'd you get? There you go, soap and gum. It's a good mixture. I've had an amazing. No. I'll answer anything. For me, I've had an amazing relationship with Safeway over the years in Seattle. I'm not sure if you were in here earlier. You were probably getting your soap and gum, but we, we've had an amazing relationship. Our foundation, Why Not You Foundation, has had an amazing relationship. So we're doing a partnership with Safeways across this area here in Colorado and the surrounding areas as well, surrounding states as well. And Todd over here, my main man, he's been leading the way. So it's been awesome. Our foundation, Why Not You Foundation, and Todd and Safeway, and we partnered up together here. As soon as we found out I was getting traded, they were like, okay, let's go. Let's do the work together. And that's the kind of relationships you want to have. You want to have people that want to do work and make a difference in the world with you. And so that's what's been amazing about Denver so far, and it's I'm excited about it. Yeah. What kind of soap you get? Dawn. Okay, all right. My mama used to make me use that Dawn all the time. We had two dishwashers. Still made me do the dishes. I'm like, what? Way back in the back. That's last two. A man right here, and then you. My strongest habit? Getting up early. Try to beat in the sun. Every day, I think that's a big part of success is, every day you wake up, try to beat the sun. What's the main reason why I came to Denver? Because I wanted to win. I believe we have an amazing chance to win, and so that's why I'm here. Let's go do it. Okay, guys, they're gonna kick me off stage, and I don't want to be locked up. You know what I mean? They're gonna kick me out of here. So, all right, I'm gonna get going. I appreciate you guys. Safeway, I'm so grateful. Do I have anything else you want me to do here? Oh, yes, I do. I've signed something for you guys. I got some jerseys. Can you guys come up? You guys come up real fast?
Can we have our speakers come on up?
So I signed some jerseys for you guys. Fatima, this is for you. Signed jersey for her. That's for you. There you go. That's for you. You can stand right here, buddy. Right here. Turn it the other way. Okay. Evelyn, right? Evelyn, this is for you. Marcus, this is for you. Okay, you guys good? We also, are these your family members? These guys, you know them? You know them. These are your family members. I think we got something for you too. All right, you guys want one? All right, come on, you can come on stage. Come on stage. There you go. That's for you. That's for you, buddy. What's your name? Eason. Nice to meet you. There you go. Here you go, buddy. That's for you. You have any more? You have one more or not? I think you have one more, right?
Emily. Magic bag.
Oh, that's for you. Squeeze in. We're gonna take a picture together. Come on, get in. Go this way a little bit. Okay. We're gonna take a picture. Dan, you wanna get in the front right here? Can you get right there? Move up a little bit. Okay. We're gonna say thank you, Safeway, on 3. Sound good?
Okay.
Nice and loud. Can you guys be loud? Ready? 1, 2, 3. Thank you, Safeway. Okay, now we're gonna say one more thing. We're gonna say why not you? Okay, on 3. Ready? Nice and loud. Ready? Okay, you ready? Let's do this. We're gonna say thank you, Safeway, and they're gonna pause and say why not you? Sound good? So it sound like this. Thank you, Safeway. Why not you? Sound good? Okay, all right, here you go. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Thank you, Safeway. Why not you? Okay. Boom, good job. Okay, you guys can go this way here. Thank you, guys. You guys got nice little jerseys.
You guys, let's put your hands together. I think we might have a couple of more pictures.
Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate you all.
Jim, you want to come up? Yep, we got one more picture we gotta do. Okay. Jim, you wanna come on? Picture. Yep.
Kids, I want to have you guys come up too real fast.
Yep.
Super fast, come on.
Bring the kids back up real quick.
Real quick. Come on up, guys. Stop in the picture, spread out, get some in front, get some around. Get back over here a bit. Back up a little bit.
Look right here, everyone. Right here. Right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3.
Thanks, guys. Okay, guys, good job.
All right, thank you. Yep, take it, yep. All right.